Right there on 3485. I'm not a bad person. Please, Chief. I beg of you.
Turn around and face the other way. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement, alright? And then you also have a charge for transporting an open container.
Sir, put your hands behind your back.
Imposters are among us. From a wannabe marshal looking for non-existent skinheads to a fake patrolman using red and blue lights to bypass traffic.
So what are you doing with all these red lights? Sorry? Why all this emergency lights?
Grab your popcorn, folks. We've got unbelievable body cam footage of some wild police impersonation stories. From fake badges to false arrests, these second-hand cops took shocking risks to play pretend cop. On the imposter edition of the evidence, who took his dream of becoming a US Marshal to the next level. On November 7th, 2022, police officers in the city of Boardman, located just north of Canton in the state of Ohio, responded to a 911 call from a concerned citizen at a local gas station. The worried caller reported that Malik was falsely claiming to be a US Marshal and asking if the business had rooms available for federal agents. When officers arrived on scene, body cam footage shows the cops repeatedly asking Malik to explain himself and comply with their orders.
What's going on today?
I've been hanging out for a while. I'm off duty. I work for Washingtonville Police Department. I'm about to go into work. I was just sitting up here talking.
I get you.
And I was talking to like just being friendly with people.
However, Malik continued to insist he was a US Marshal searching for skinheads in the area. After an intense interaction, the officers suspected Malik had a suspicious badge and gun concealed on his person that did not match his real identity. Eventually, when multiple officers confronted the defiant and resistant Malik, they ended up handcuffing him.
Sir, put your hands behind your back. Don't lock your fingers. You should not do this, right? Put your hands upside down. Spread your feet.
Okay. I'm an off-duty officer. I have my identification.
Okay. We're just going to check because we're going to call it your impersonating police officer.
Oh, okay.
Have anything else on you?
No, sir. I have a taser in my vehicle and my badge. I have my badge right here.
Where's your ID at?
My police ID, so I don't have a police ID on me. I can,
Don't have a police ID on you.
no, I don't have a police ID yet. You can,
Washingtonville?
I'll give you my chief's number. You can call him and confirm that right
Have you
now.
been sworn in?
Yeah, no, I'm a sworn in chief officer.
You don't have an ID.
No, they didn't. I've been bitching about this forever. I have my badge. I don't have an ID.
Do you have like your driver's license on you?
Yes, sir. Or, yes,
fine.
ma'am. Sorry.
Is it in the car?
Was that here?
It's in this wallet?
Yes. And that's my old badge from my old department.
Shockingly, Malik revealed that he too is a sworn police officer for the Washingtonville Police Department, where he had served a minimum tenure.
Gave this at the Holiday Inn, has your name on it. It says that you're with the U.S. Marshals Task Force, has your last name on it. That's what they gave us at the Holiday Inn.
Okay. To call my chief.
No, we'll get a hold of one. Okay, thank you. So what was the deal down here?
Said that he went in there, said that they've been searching for skinheads all day. They just arrested a bunch at the Southern Park Mall. Left that, asked if they had rooms for the next couple days. That was it. Had the gun and the badge on him. That is the lady at the Holiday Inn. Her name, birthday, and phone number.
That's his name that he gave.
Yeah.
A distressed Malik went on to explain to the officers that he had simply gotten carried away with his fascination for the US Marshals.
Now listen, I want to be completely honest, and the reason I did lie to you, and the reason I lied to you,
that called us in a chief through.
go ahead. The reason I lied to you is because I was embarrassed. Listen, I've always wanted to be a U.S. Marshal, and I'm not saying I did not tell them that I was a U.S. Marshal. I can see how that was misconstrued. I pay attention to their most wanted, and they had a bunch of Aryan Brotherhood dudes on there for most wanted. And if you don't believe me, because why would you? I was dishonest with you from the start. I can pull it up on my phone and show you their AB guys wanted on there. Okay, I put I'm Officer Malik. on that note. So I can articulate it better. Can you show me that note so I can explain it better? Because honestly, I'm a little nervous. Like, this is my dream career. I will not lie to you. I just want to make sure I'm telling you the truth and, like, not stumbling around.
Yeah.
Because I know as an officer, when people are stumbling around, it's like, okay, what the f***, why are you nervous? Something's up. I understand. I've been around. Not that long, but I've been an officer for 5 years. But if you show me that, I can explain to you exactly what I meant by that.
That note might have been written by the my officer. I'm not sure.
I wrote that note. I put Officer Malik, and I said, if you saw these guys, because I had some buddies. They're not law enforcement, but some buddies talking about Aryan, like Nazi-looking dudes walking around, and not just like in the general Boardman area. The reason I went there, and you can also talk to the people at Holiday Inn, I'm in the process of moving. So I was asking them what their room rates were and how much their suites cost, because I want to get a suite when I go there. Because I have she's 2.5-year-old daughter. I get her every other week. I don't want her to be stuck in a crammed up room, and I wanted to see about the pool. But while I was there, I brought that up. I said, I'm Officer Malik. You see these guys? Here's my phone number. You can call me. I also said call 911 or whatever, and I brought up what they look like. And I said the U.S. Marshals wanted them. I said you can contact the U.S. Marshals and say I'm a U.S. Marshal. But what's embarrassing about it to me is how like obsessed I am with like what they do, because that's like my dream. I would like to work with them and stuff. So like I always talk about like wanting to be able to cooperate with them and stuff, but I would never identify myself as a marshal. So.
There is now an ongoing internal investigation being conducted by Malik's own police department over this fake cop incident, charging him with impersonating a federal agent.
Through our investigation, we determined that you actually were telling people you were a U.S. Marshal.
I absolutely was not.
Okay. Well,
sir, I'm telling you the honest truth.
That's information we have. Okay. So
I would never in a million years, sir.
I understand that. But I've conducted a thorough investigation.
I believe you.
I've talked to my chief.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to some other people. Okay, you are going to be arrested for impersonating a U.S. Marshal. Okay, it's misdemeanor to 4th degree. So what we're going to do is take you back to our police station. You'll be booked, and you'll be released on a summons. Okay. What I expect,
there's nothing you can do, but like my rights ruling.
I understand this is a tough thing.
Well, who's saying that? I'm actually legitimately saying that I'm a U.S. Marshal is what I'm saying, because I can like that paper right there. That does not confirm that. I can confirm that.
All right. Well, we're just putting together all our evidence and everything, and then you can have your day in court, okay? You know, we have probable cause to make the arrest.
No matter what, though, like, being reasonable, and I'm not putting this on you, I'm fucked and done with law enforcement.
That's not up to me, and I can't say that.
I'm saying
and you know, this is not something I want to do. I don't want to arrest another police officer, okay? But we do things professionally, and we have to go by the book out here.
I'm frustrated about I'm not frustrated with you, but this is absolutely insane to me.
Malik is scheduled to appear in court this year to answer for his actions. But Malik isn't the only cop who went real low in 2022 in order to serve his own inflated ego. Another police officer also decided to walk down the dark path of deception. Jackson Jones, a 19-year-old, was approached by police in Oklahoma County on New Year's Eve. On January 1st, 2023, police responded to a call about a suspicious undercover cop dressed in tactical gear and a vest that said Sheriff. He was also driving his personal KIA sedan. Police eventually located the vehicle and ran the license plate, which came back to Jackson Jones from Tennessee.
Do you have any weapons in the car or anything like that? Like a gun or anything like that?
If this is going to cause problems, the truck's over there, I'm just going to take out the vest, and I'm from Tennessee. So,
Why are you wearing the vest?
Well, like I said, I drove from all the way from Tennessee. but I'm not gonna have people call me when I don't even live in this damn state.
Okay.
It's gonna piss me off.
You're a deputy sheriff?
Well, I mean, I work at the sheriff's office.
Okay.
So, I mean, what?
Were you a corrections officer for the
Yes.
sheriff's office? Okay. Why do you wear a vest outside of the facility? Is this an agency vehicle, or is this your personal vehicle?
This is my Kia.
Okay. It's just a little odd, because whenever I worked in the jail, I took my crap off, especially if I was taking a long drive from Tennessee.
Look, I will tell you guys the same thing. I have been pulled up so many times in Tennessee and Arkansas.
Right.
Okay? They know. I have told them every single
That
time.
might be true, but
And
it's just a
Oklahoma's
little
pulled me
odd.
up before too, wearing this stuff. I mean, like every time I come up here, I mean, they don't. All they say is it's just odd. I never see it. I was like, well, I mean, well, guess what? Yeah, I like wearing it, just like in Tennessee. I got pulled up for it, and guess what?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's against the law or anything. It's just
And I've even
odd.
had it taken off, and I've had it set right here before, and they're like, and I get yelled at for it. They're like, well, it's kind of weird that you got your belt and your vest.
You got any kind of employment identification?
Dude, they don't give me that when you work in the jail.
Really? You don't have like an access card or an ID badge or anything for the facility that you work at?
I don't. I can show you my face though. That helps you.
Jones claimed that he was a 22-year-old deputy from the Tennessee Highway Patrol and that he was working undercover. He claimed that he had pulled over a car for speeding and that he had a police radio and a badge in his car. He also gave them a fake name and badge number and said that his supervisor was busy and could not be reached. This automatically gave off red flags, as there is no need or even an existence of a 22-year undercover cop.
Y'all think I'm lying.
Well, so my only deal is when you wear...
Finance, Campbell County. Here you go.
Yeah. Are you commissioned to carry a gun?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Okay.
I don't even have a gun on me.
Well, you realize wearing the sheriff on your chest is basically impersonating law enforcement, whether or not you're carrying a gun. Okay, but are you commissioned to be carrying a gun and do you have arrest powers?
I don't even have a gun.
That's beside the fact. You're wearing a patch that says sheriff.
I wore it all the time at the jail before, though.
Okay, well that might be true and fine within the jail, but when you come out to public, you don't have any arrest powers. You're not commissioned. Do you understand?
I understand that. I don't understand what you're talking
And you got alcohol in the vehicle.
Well, it's not mine.
Well, that's beside the point.
It's my girlfriend. And I don't drink, so...
Well, it doesn't matter. You realize transporting open container, if any of that's opened or partially missing, that it doesn't matter whose it is. If you're in the vehicle with it, you can be arrested for transporting open container.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's not... I literally... It's not mine. She bought it. She lives up there in Luther.
Have you ever heard the phrase of when guys get hemmed up for drugs in their pockets and they say these pants aren't mine? You realize how stupid that is?
I clear traffic 0955.
Okay. So let's stop saying it, all right? Okay.
I'm not from here, so...
All right.
The cops immediately became suspicious and asked Jones to step out of his car. After a thorough search of Jones's vehicle, they found an open container of alcohol, a fake police radio, handcuffs, knives, and a Tennessee license plate. The officers also contacted the Tennessee Highway Patrol and confirmed that Jones was actually not a deputy and that he had no law enforcement affiliation.
I was just asking if you had a gun on you. You
No,
said
I really
something about I can search the car.
I don't.
You don't mind if I search the car?
I don't think
Okay, cool. Step on out if you don't mind. Drop your cord there. Alright, face the vehicle. I'll just check you for, make sure you don't have any guns or nothing. Okay. Alright, if you wouldn't, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and take the vest off and just sit it in the car. So do you wear this vest carrier on duty? In the jail?
I mean, like I can. I usually wear it with my shirt.
Okay.
What vehicle was it that you stopped and talked to?
I didn't stop at NLP.
No, I mean, you said that you stopped and talked
You
to
talked to...
somebody.
There was some truck, but then he left out of the parking.
Okay.
But all I did, literally, I went up to
Let's go ahead and get the vest off for me. And the only reason I'm having you take it off is so I don't have to worry about the knives or anything you may have on you. Alright, if you'll just go sit on the curb up there. Yeah, that's fine.
Like I said, I'm not trying to have no problem.
Okay. We'll just check everything out. If everything's good, then we'll go on.
Besides Jones's exposure as a fraud, the police also interviewed the driver of the car that he had pulled over and learned that he had asked them several questions about their personal information, their destination, and their criminal history. They also interviewed other victims and witnesses who had encountered this chameleon cop and reported similar experiences. It was eventually concluded that Jones was actually a 19-year-old man who had been pulling over cars for fun and that he had no law enforcement training or experience. They said that his actions were dangerous and illegal, and that they could have resulted in serious consequences.
Alright, tell me exactly what you just said.
Because he was dressed like a cop.
Yeah.
He had a sheriff thing, but it had sheriff written on the side right here.
Right.
And I live off of 62 off of Adams Road. He was sitting in a driveway
251.
right beside 62 highway. And I pulled up and I was staring at him because he was in there kind of cockeyed. And I was like, we live on a one way in, one way out. And you know, we always are watching for cars. And I sat there and I was staring at him. And I stared for about 2 minutes of staring at him. And I'm like, man, who's this guy? It's kind of odd. He's in our neighbor's driveway. He's like, well, I was wondering what was your problem? You were staring at me over in the driveway. And I said, yeah, I was kind of curious who you was because that's kind of odd that I didn't know who you was. I was kind of curious. I lived down the road. I was kind of seeing what was going on. And I was staring at you to see who you was. He goes, I'm a undercover cop for Wellston. Okay. And I said, so just be curious. You look pretty young. How old are you? He goes, I'm 22 years old. Just turned 22. I was like, man, you're pretty young to be a cop, to be an investigator.
Right.
And I said, what brings you to be a cop? Is it like in the family or whatever? And try to just talk to him. He goes, yeah. A lot of my family is cops and stuff, and that's I became a cop when I was 18. And then he goes, well, I got a call, I gotta let you go. And he left. And then when he left, he came towards by the bridge on a turnpike bridge.
Jones is charged with impersonating a peace officer, unauthorized use of a vehicle, possession of alcohol by a minor, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. He faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted. He learned the hard way that pretending to be a cop is not a game, but a serious crime.
Turn around and face the other way. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement, alright? And then you also have a charge for transporting an open container. Not at this time.
You know how long I'm gonna be in jail because
Well, your mom lives here, so
well, I know that.
I'm not too worried about that. Alright, go ahead and step on out. I'm gonna double check, make sure you don't have anything in your pockets or nothing. Face the Tahoe here. You got a vape? Where at? Your right pocket? But you used to work in a jail?
Yeah, I used to work.
So you know what goes down in a jail. You know the process a little bit.
Yeah, but it's going.
Right. Okay, go ahead and have a seat back in there.
I gotta be in jail for
Don't know yet, man.
Unfortunately, Jackson Jones is also not the only trickster impersonating enforcement officers and abusing their authority. There is one more imposter among us in red and blue. Some people love to play cops and robbers, but 33-year-old Gerardson Mackey took it too far by pretending to be a hero cop. But what transpired in the moments that followed eventually turned this so-called hero into a bona fide villain. On July 20th, 2023, an Ackworth police officer spotted Mackey's personally owned car using red emergency lights to pull into traffic when not on official business. The officer approached Mackey, who claimed the lights were for his private company and that he was working as a hero on behalf of them. also known as Highway Emergency Response Operator. However, the police chief said that had seen Mackey improperly use the lights earlier to get through an intersection for no particular reason at all.
Hey, partner.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Officer Park with the Akron Police Department.
How are you?
The only reason why I'm pulling you over, I guess y'all were, well, that's my chief of police right there. He saw y'all go around traffic. He was trying to figure out who y'all were with or what was going on.
Okay.
So he called out on the radio and asked for a marked unit. That's why I got you pulled over.
That's fine.
Car registered to an individual.
That's mine. This is my company.
So what are you doing with all these red lights?
Sorry?
Why all this emergency lights? And did I see you using emergency lights to pull out into traffic on Lake Ackworth Drive?
Oh, no, because I couldn't get through, Chief. You notice? That's a standstill. So I flashed the lights hoping to see me that I was trying to get in the line. This is my company. I'm an off-duty hero operator. This is my company.
Okay.
Yeah, I do criminal details. Yeah.
So you look like me, you're impersonating a police officer.
Oh, no, sir. I'm not impersonating, sir.
You got any ID on you?
Yes, sir. We look in the front. We look in the front.
I see red lights. I saw red lights when you pulled out.
Yeah, that's sir. That's when it activated to the back.
Yeah. Where's your ID?
Right, yes, Chief. Yeah.
Despite having a valid permit, the officer issued a citation to Mackey for misusing his emergency lights. But Mackey pleaded with the officers not to cite him, claiming it would affect his commercial license. He also insisted he was not impersonating an officer.
Given with all the light and permit and stuff that I'm seeing, I'm just going to assume everything's properly permitted and stuff for the vehicle.
It is, sir.
That said, with what my chief's observation, you know, the use of those are for strictly business purposes. You can't be using it to pull into traffic, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I am going to issue a citation for unlawful operation for emergency vehicle, okay?
Okay, because I deal with high clients. This is my uniform. Nothing on me say officer, nothing. This is my uniform.
I got you.
You understand? But please, I just want to talk to the chief. I know you're going to still do your job. I mean no harm.
But the truth was far from this fake hero's claims, as the overwhelming amount of evidence against him proved otherwise. The officers explained they still had to issue the citation, as Mackey was committing every possible infraction and wrongdoing in the book of law. What's even more astounding is that the delusion hero imposter continued pleading to the cops and stated he used to be a policeman himself in the Bahamas as a last-ditch effort to save his skin and prevent himself from being locked up behind bars.
What I need you to do is sign here at the X. Signing is not an admission.
I know
okay.
routines.
All right.
I'm a former police in the Bahamas, I know.
Okay.
Chief.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be no pain in your hip, but Chief, please, man, I don't want to get grounded. Please, from GDOT, please. I beg you, Chief.
I get that.
I live in the community. I live right there on 3485. I'm not a bad person. Please, Chief. I beg of you.
I don't think you're a bad. Let me have your business card. I don't think you're a bad person.
No, I just don't want to get.
You're impersonating a police officer.
I don't want to. No, I don't impersonate police officers, sir. That's why I was careful. I present myself on my uniform. Also, I'm a former police in the Bahamas.
The officers informed Mackey that impersonating an officer is a serious offense, and they would have to verify his claims of being a police officer.
Hey, look into this. To be honest with you, see what you're doing.
I know, Chief.
I don't feel good.
Chief.
Chief,
I can show you my LLC. I can show you my LLC right now.
I'll let them handle it.
And also right here.
All right.
And
that's between you and your boss, okay?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Chief.
we'll do our follow-up, but
Mackey is currently facing charges for the unlawful use of emergency lights on his personal vehicle to improperly get through traffic. This serves as another troubling example of someone abusing red emergency lights and posing as law enforcement. For more edge-of-the-seat true crime stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to The Evidence.